Stampers, it's Kim Vogel with the Basement Bunch Stampers, and I'm here for another terrific Tuesday video. Today I'm going to share with you a really cute and fun little project that I created as one of my gifts for my upcoming retreat this weekend. And this cute little package holds one of the little hand sanitizers that you can get from Bath & Body Works. So it is designed to fit into this absolutely perfectly. And I love this because who can't use hand sanitizer as we come into flu and cold season? And it's so easy to fit that right in there. It also makes a cute little stocking stuffer or little gifts for a craft show. So I'm going to share with you some of the products that I used to create this, and then also go over the dimensions of how I put that together. So in our holiday catalog, we have a product suite that is called the Joyous Noel. Now I love this bundle because this whole product suite, because it's got a little bit more of your non-traditional colors to it. It includes the colors of Merry Merlot, Shaded Spruce, actually not Shaded Spruce, Tranquil Tide, gray granite, so a little bit more regalish colors for Christmas, and I absolutely love it. And so I used some of these products, and I'm going to show them to you in a little bit more detail here. My favorite product that I like out of this bundle, out of this product suite, is the bundle, which is the Peaceful Noel stamp set and coordinating sprig punch. This is $31.50, so I think it's a really good value, and that is the stamping that I used on this middle part right here on my project. So I'm going to actually, if you look in the description of this video, you will see a link to my blog post and a link to all of the supplies that I used to create this, so you'll be able to use that for reference. So let's go ahead and get started with our project. You're going to start with a piece of cardstock that is cut 2 by 11, and this I already have cut, and I've already got some scoring done. Now the scoring that you're going to do with this is at 1/2 inch. You're going to do it again at 1.5 inch. Again at 3.5 inches, 4.5 inches, 6.5 inches, 7.5 inches, and 8.5 inches. So lots of scoring going on here. What you're going to do is, right here you have your first 1/2 inch, and then between this little section right here is where you're going to take an oval punch or some kind of a punch, and you're just going to line this up between those two lines and give it a punch. So that is going to be where your hand sanitizer fits into this awesome little holder. So with that, we are going to fold at this 1/2 inch. So these first two are a little bit tricky to fold, but not too bad. We're going to fold at those first two score lines that I did, and then we're going to continue to score at the next one and at the next one. And what you're going to do is you're going to adhere this together. You want to use a really strong adhesive. So you either want to use Fast Fuse if you have any of that still in your, that you're still using, or you're going to want to use a tear and tape, okay? And I'm going to actually adhere this, put some adhesive right on this strip right here, and I'm going to adhere that down to that score line. And I will show you what I mean here in just a moment. So let me get some Fast Fuse on this end. And I'm going to bring this around and line it up perfectly with that score line right there. So it creates like a little box. And then what you're going to do is you're going to fold on this crease, and you want to have these be some really good creases. So it wouldn't be a bad idea to kind of score those maybe before you put that together, but you want some really good creases on those. Okay, and that's just going to come around and going to hold it all in place. So from there, you're just going to decorate this. I decorated it with a cute little piece of Designer Series paper. Now this DSP is cut 2 1/4 by 1 3/4. This Designer Series paper is part of the Joyous Noel Designer Series specialty paper, and I love it because a lot of one side of it has this pretty little glim to it from that copper paper. Isn't that gorgeous? And so I'm just going to adhere this to the front of my little holder. And then what I did is I used some of our Joyous Noel glimmer paper, and I'm going to actually show you that because the catalog does not do that justice. With this glimmer paper, you get 8 each of 3 different colors, and you get this beautiful, beautiful copper looking color, Merry Merlot color, and the Tranquil Tide color. Aren't those gorgeous? So there's your copper color. Again, I've used most of mine, so you can see though how pretty they are. And then here's your pretty Tranquil Tide. Whoops, you get the Tranquil Tide out. And then there's your pretty Merry Merlot. Aren't those gorgeous? Love them. And what I did is I cut a 2-inch circle using the copper glimmer paper. And then using the stamp set, and I did this in advance to save a little bit of time, using the stamp set, I simply stamped the little holly berry and some of the greenery, and I used Mary Merlot ink and Tranquil Tide ink. And I'm just going to adhere those two together with some fast fuse. And because these also, the glimmer paper is hard to adhere to, I also like to incorporate a couple glue dots around the outer edge. I just don't like my projects to fall apart, so I find that that just adds a little bit more protection to keeping it together. From there, I'm going to add a couple of Stampin' Dimensionals to this. And then what you're going to do to hold this on the bottom and to hold it still is you're going to use a little piece of a dimensional. Now, if you also had our mini dimensionals, those would probably work as well. But I found using a little narrow strip of our dimensionals worked just as good. And you're going to put a little strip of this dimensional down here on the bottom. And then that is where I have this Merry Little Christmas. And that is also a stamp that's inside of that Peaceful Noel stamp set. So it is right here. And I stamped that on a little piece of white, and I just cut it out. And this size is just, I think it's a 1/2 inch by like, I don't know, maybe 1 1/4 inch, not very big at all. But it's just a little something to hold that down. So you can see I put that dimensional down near the bottom so that will fall in there and go on top of that. And then using the sprig punch, again, that sprig punch is part of that bundle. It's also sold for $18 separately. I cut out one of the sprigs using the Tranquil Tide glimmer paper. And I'm going to put a glue dot onto this. And I'm just going to adhere that to the back of this little piece. And then from there, I'm going to remove my Stampin' Dimensionals. And I am going to adhere this onto my project like so. Look how pretty that is. That's it. Quick, easy, simple. So this score line you don't actually fold. That is just your guide for putting this in place. And then the easiest way that I have found to get these in and out is to pull them in and out from the bottom, not to go in from the top. So you'll just go in from the bottom and put it right on in there like that. And it folds right up. How adorable is that? Quick and simple, easy little stocking stuffer, teacher gifts, gifts for kids at school, co-workers. Absolutely love it. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed today's video, and I encourage you to give this project a try if you're looking at just wanting a little something to give to those that you work with, maybe some women from the church, your church group. But it's quick, simple, and who doesn't love those awesome little hand sanitizers from Bath & Body Works. So thank you so much for stopping today, and I look forward to seeing you all back here next week. Have a great week. Bye.